Hello guys, welcome back to NFTGG, and today we're taking a look at a new idle clicker game called Blockchain Creatures, where you level up characters and make money over time. So a few of you guys have mentioned this in the comment section of my previous videos to check out this game, so that's exactly what I did. So the first thing I did was go and check YouTube to see if any other content creators had made anything about the game, and I saw one of my friends, Go Shiny Hunter, had already made a video about it, so I checked it out, watched it, and it got me interested. By the way, this guy just quit his job to go full-time into content creator, so definitely go check him out, support him. I'm sure he'll love to see a few NFTGG people go over there and give him some love. So after I saw his video on how the game worked, I went on to Twitter to see if I could find out more information about the project, and I hadn't even realized, but the developer already followed me and had reached out to me, but I didn't see it until I actually went looking for the game myself. So they actually have sent me 3 characters in the game to start me off, to show you guys how much you could potentially make in the game. I'd already bought the game token, so it saved me a bit of money, which is great. So I guess I have to say thank you for sponsoring the game dev team and letting my audience check out what's in store if they get the game. Alright, so we're going to try and mint some characters just to start it off, because I just saw on Twitter that they reset the curve. So every now and again, to get more people in the game, they're going to reset how much it costs to get into it. So if I tried to get into this game yesterday, it would have been about 10 moolah, which is the in-game currency to buy the character. But right now it's 2.18, so I'm going to take this opportunity to buy a few extra characters just while it's at a good sale. So hopefully I'm going to get an extra 5 or 6 characters. The developer lowered the cost of characters. I think he does that every now and again to allow new people to flow into the game. I'm not going to buy a power-up today because it's 16 moolah, which is quite expensive. So I'm going to wait till that drops as well. Hopefully they do some sort of a reset on that. But I will go over how the power-ups do work in the game, but I just won't be doing it myself this time. So far we've minted, I think, 6, and we just got a common. Very cool. Okay, so when you mint your characters, they end up on this minting page or creatures page. And this is where you do your battles, okay, or where you train your characters. So it might take a few minutes for all my characters to pop up. Okay, so here are my 4 characters. The others are being minted right now. I think it's a bit congested on the Binance Smart Chain right now because so many people minted at the same time. As it stands right now, there was a reset to $2 for minting, and now it's kind of stuck at $5. So I think $5 will be the entry cost to play the game from now. So if you're watching this video, you might be in luck. Up until today, it was between 10 and 15 moolah to get into the game. So it's about 3 times cheaper right now to get into the game based on this cost. Now, if it is stuck at 5, right now it's still not extremely cheap to get into the game. It's roughly $60 at this cost to buy 1 character. There will be an earnings calculator built into this as well. Right, so I did have 1 power up earlier, and I tried to test it out and I ended up using it. So the way it works is you'll have a little power up here once you mint it, and then you just type the ID number of the character you want to boost. So a character like a common, a rare, or whatever you get, you type in their ID number here and you can find it on the creature itself. So if I go to one of mine here, let's let it load up. I already boosted this guy, so he's boost 11, he was 7. So what I did was I copied his ID and I pasted it into the item booster, and now he went up in value. So he's making a bit more moolah per fight. So the way it works is it says experience. So all these guys, I have never done a fight yet. I've never trained any of them. They're all at 1 experience. Now I have to get to 5 experience if I want to level up to level 2. So the higher up the level, the more you make on your moolah rate. So I think this will be a thing where over weeks or months, I'm not sure yet. I will give updates when I find out how long it takes to train up the level. But we will just take a quick look at the calculator here. Based on the current cost of moolah, which is 12 on this spreadsheet that the developers put together. Say for example, I use my rare character right now. So if I had 1 rare and he was to do a fight 3 times a day, he'd be making $1.50 at level 1. If we got him to level 20, the rare character, per each fight he'd be getting $9.60. So that's roughly $30 a day. And if you max him out and he's winning his fights, you'd be getting around $60 a day with 1 rare character. We don't know how long it will take to get to level 40. It could be quite some time down the road, but this is a pretty cool spreadsheet. So if you get a godlike, which is like 1 in 1,000, now come on, like it's gonna be very rare for someone to get a godlike character in the game. I'm not gonna try and promote this to you guys saying, oh, you have a good chance. It's like, I think it's 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000. It's something really high. I'll get the numbers for you shortly. But if you were to win your fights, you're getting $120 per win per fight. So you could do that 3 times per day if you got the absolute highest number. Now this all depends on if price goes up and down on moolah. So if it goes up to $24, you'd be making double of everything you see in the sheet. If it goes down to $6, half everything on this sheet. So that's the way it works. So back to this, we're actually going to try this out right now. I've never done a train. So this is like doing a fight. If you're familiar with crypto blades, this would be your fights. You can do 3 per day. So we're going to train this guy and see what happens. Now we wait and see what the result is. Oh no, your monster completed its training. However, it was injured. Keep your chin up. You still gain 2 XP and 0.01 moolah. Okay, so I didn't win my fight. You still get a bit of money and you get a bit of XP. So that's fine. Now he goes on to cooldown for now. So we have to wait 466 minutes for the next fight. So if you do the maths, it's 3 times per day. So we might as well just do the training fights on all the rest of the guys and see if we can get a winner. Oh no, my monster got injured. Okay, so I think this might be expected until I get higher levels. But we're going to keep going and see if we can get 1 win. Oh no, I lost the fight with this guy too. Okay, let's keep it going. Last fight, let's see if we can win this one. Congratulations, your monster has completed its training and has gained full experience and 0.01 moolah. Okay, so I just want to say guys, I'm not a financial advisor and I don't know much about doing APRs and pools and farming, so I'm not going to talk too much on this subject. If you're an expert or you know a lot about this, go for it. But as you can see here, Moolah BNB has 204% APR and Moolah has a 10% APR on just this one over here. So this game has a unique feature called Kingship. Whoever puts up the biggest bag of BNB, so this guy put in 56 BNB to be the king, they get 10% of all the transaction fees right now. So if anyone's doing their training, they will get 10% of whatever is done during this time. So before we go, we'll take a quick look at the wiki for this game. So it has a detailed explanation of how to get moolah. It's through Pancake. They have the address and everything here for you. They even have the breakdown of the rarities of the characters. So this is what the guys look like. The drop rates for a godlike is 0.1%. So that's 1 in 1,000. Mystic is a 1%, legendary 3.5, a 5% for an epic. I have one of these guys. Then rare is 10%, uncommon 20, and common 60. Base boost rates. So this is how much you kind of get paid for each character based on their raw unboosted levels. So a godlike is 25, mystic is 15. That means if you're an epic and you boost, you get a 4 times booster and you put on your epic, it can be 11. So you're making the same money as a legendary with your epic. So you can boost the characters up to be a bit more powerful. Now what these numbers mean, a common can only be boosted by 2. So if you have a common character and you get a power up, you can only put 2 onto it, making it 3. A common can be 4. So you look at your common here, it's base 2, so you can add 4 to 6 and so on. So my epic that I have earlier, it started off at level 7, I put a 4 boost on it and now it's 11, but I can only put 3 more on to max it out at 14. So for this video, unfortunately, it was a bit too expensive to do a mint power up in the video because I accidentally used the first one I had. This one can be dangerous because you can actually lose out on a lot of your bonus power up powers, okay? So I'm going to go over this really quick. This is super important if you get into the game and you buy some of these power ups. So for example, you get extremely lucky and you have a godlike drop, which is one of these really powerful ones. It can boost a character by 20, okay? You can boost a character by 20 points, which is huge. So what would happen if you took a godlike drop, a boost, and you put it on a common level character like we were talking about earlier? You would only be able to boost it by 2. So that character would go from a 1 to a 3, and the rest of the other 17 would have no effect. So you have to be very careful using your boosts. So right now, if I get an epic boost and I use on my epic character, he's 11 out of 14. So I'll only get 3 and the other 5 will be gone to waste. So I typically want to use an uncommon and a common together to boost my guy from 11 to 14. So we already did the example of how to train the characters in the game. You fight and you have a % chance of winning. So like I said, I used my power up earlier, so I can't show you how it's done, but creature ID goes here. Once you have your power up, you'll be able to type in like 3511, for example, as one of mine. You click use and then it powers it up and then it's gone, it's burned. So currently you can only have 30 characters or creatures at a time, but burning them will actually give you a % of moolah back. So if you burn certain characters, say for example, you want to make more characters because you have 20 uncommon or common and you don't like them, you can burn them and get moolah back. Okay guys, that's it for this, but before we go, I'll just show you that block creatures on Twitter. We want to make sure new players always have a chance to play, so we'll be occasionally resetting the curve and run minting specials to say thank you to the community. So they lowered it from 15 moolah down to 2, which is a difference of like $150 down to about $30 to get into the game. Something crazy that just dropped just today. So they will not be trying to force out the little guy trying to get into the game. They want people to be able to get in and slowly build up and maybe make some passive income, play the game. But this was my first impression of the game, guys, so I'm not an expert. I did my best to do as much as I can in terms of teaching you how the game works, how to get into it, and now you know that it's actually a bit cheaper than it was yesterday. So I hope you guys will subscribe, like the video, and really enjoyed watching. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.